And welcome back everybody to another episode of All the Mods 10. And in this episode, we are focusing on the magic aspect of this mod pack, or at least in this case, Ars Nouveau and Iron spells. What we are hoping to accomplish is to make the Ars Nouveau Battle Mage gear, to which we will turn it into the next tier, so that we can finally start combining it in a smithing table to get all the Modium Arcanus gear and then upgrade it to the Vibranium. Another thing that we are trying to accomplish during this episode is to get this infusion pylon set up with this potion filter. What we are trying to use is the invisibility spell from Iron spells, because it is really good where mobs can't really target you unless you start interacting with them. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong in my explanation, but it is very strong. And the reason why we want to use that is because when we do go to the other and we go to the dungeons to fight that trial chamber to get the unobtainium template, making our way through that maze-like structure is going to be a pain, just because the mobs down there spawn like crazy due to the sheer amount of spawners that are down there. And not to mention all the invokers. Those guys are just going to cause mayhem, spawning in all those little guys that are going to keep fighting us. So our goal is to hopefully get this set up by the end of it. If not, I will do it on my own. Don't worry. It will be set so that we can keep progressing. And when it comes to the Battle Mage gear, we're hoping to get this done as well. So, small little update. I have been trying to plan out how I want to make the castle appear. So far my idea is that this castle is going to be more of a mansion. It's going to be more of a fort with a huge mansion. So, we got the nice perimeter. We'll set up a little barracks area. We'll make a little armory, aka a blacksmithing person. And then I think we'll just have a nice big courtyard into a big place. And we'll call it the castle. And then as for the rest of the place, we will expand the kingdom as we see fit. We might add more things, but I will enclose it all off with a huge castle wall all across. So this is going to be our mega project of this world. I did say in the series we hope to accomplish making or automating the Allthemodium Star, but the next goal after beating the mod pack essentially is to finish this mega structure. So let's head on down here and begin, because the first thing we're going to need is a Mage Bloom seed. So we are going to need a seed, and we're going to need some source. I did move everything into the ME terminal or ME system, and let's get this done. So the reason why we need the Mage Bloom seed is because we're going to need this fiber. This fiber is going to be combined together with diamond armor in the little apparatus to make the gear, as you can see. Alright, now that we have it planted down, now we just need to harvest it, which, if I right click with this diamond hoe, I think we might be able to grow it without using this essence. Oh. So, I think Nature's Blessing is the enchantment on this hoe that is letting us do that, which is very cool, because I could just hold this down and farm quite a bit of this. And I think that is a little overkill, because we only need 16, because I'm pretty sure all we have to do is surround each one of these with 4, which is the case, and then we'll be getting every piece. I'll be back when I have that done. To upgrade this to tier 2, we will need to put 2 blaze rods per piece of gear, and then to get that tier 2 to tier 3, we will be putting the tier 2 with 2 ender pearls and a chorus fruit. So I'm just gonna do this on the side to save some time for the video. And due to my mistake, I did not realize we were gonna need source. So we are gonna set this up right here real quick, turn this bad boy back on, have it collect some source for us, and in the meantime, we will jump right into iron spells. So, I want to make this Archevoker armor just because it does increase the spell power of evocation. Yes, I could not remember that for the life of me. So, why do we want to do this? Well, the invisibility spell that we want to use requires, or is part of the evocation spell set. So, if we have this armor, which increases the spell power, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong, it does increase our... Whoops, need some more dust. It increases the length of the spell, which would be very helpful to us because I'm pretty sure to get this potion filter fully, or to fill the potion filter so that it can be used, you need about 3,600 points. I do not know how many points we get at a time every time we utilize the spell, so we'll find that out together. And just like that, we have made the full Archevoker set. So, the one thing that I do want to make that I do not have, that I have to go to the Nether for, is this Artificer's Cane, because it does reduce the cast time and cooldown period, which allows us to fill up that potion effect faster. So I will be back when I have that. Alright. And after a short period of time, we managed to get a bit of source down, so we can continue upgrading. We will also need a scribe's table so that we can put the said spell onto our Artificer's Cane. And if you have the mob spawner running and you do not have the scrolls voided, you can use the Alchemist Cauldron to break down said spells to have a chance to get the ink, which can be pretty useful, especially when you're starting out early game. But because of where we are, we don't really care about that. And just like that, we have the Scroll Forge. So, the reason why we needed the Scroll Forge is because this is where we craft the scrolls that we want. So, now that we have the Scroll Forge, to make the invisibility spell, we will need some sort of ink, a piece of paper, and an emerald. If you are trying to make anything in the evocation spell set, the emerald is the item that you will need. If you do want to use fire, you will use blaze rods. Ender type is ender pearls. There's also one called divinity, which is made from ender pearls. I can't find it right away, so I will skip that. Then there is frozen, which you get from the frozen bones. And then there's blood, which I don't remember how, but you can extract it from yourself, which is pretty cool. I might be missing a spell set here or there, but our main focus right now is to get this invisibility. And if we take a look, it is 33 seconds long, which is awesome, because all we got to do now is make this filter, and then we can start collecting the spell effect. But first, almost forgot, we do want to put this spell... Oh, so we got to put it in this book first. Then we could come to this cane and then cast it. Okay, so it worked, but that was weird. Okay, so I will slowly be filling this potion filter up, and hopefully by next episode I have it completed. In the meantime, we will be upgrading our Battle Mage gear, which, if you guys remember, you just put down 2 blaze rods and then click it in, and that'll upgrade it to tier 2. To get it to tier 3, we will be using 2 ender pearls and 1 chorus fruit. So I will be back when I have that all done. And so, just like that, we managed to make our tier 3 Battle Mage armor, which, if we want to upgrade to tier 4, we will first need to make this Mark of Mastery. However, to even begin on this process, there is a monster that we will have to fight. So, the monster that we have to fight is summoned using the Tablet of Summon Walden, which can be made pretty easily with either the drops that you get from the Wildens, which you could find in dungeons or random chests, or if you're not lucky enough to get that, don't worry, there is another recipe, and that is just by making an iron sword, emerald, a bow, using the log and lapis. So we will be using this just because I do not have a lot of the Walden material, because I want to save it and use it to modify the summon tablet so that we can summon the Chimera. Because once we do defeat the Chimera, that is what will drop this Walden tribute, and we do need 2 of them. One to make the Mark of Mastery, and another so that we can make the Archmage spellbook. And so, just like that, we have made 2 Summon Walden tablets, we have the materials here, and we set up the brazier somewhere near our original base. So, how we do it is, we just right click the original brazier with this, feed it 1 of each of those, and then when we right click it one more time, it'll pull in the particles ready to fight him. And just to make sure I have everything ready, let's smack him real quick. Okay, we do good damage. So this will be a pretty easy little boss fight. Whoa. And just like that, pretty quickly we were able to dismember him and collect our first Chimera tribute. So I'll do this again and then we'll be back at our base. And so just like that, after a very not hard fought battle, we managed to get 2 Walden tributes. And so one of them will be used to make this Archmage spellbook. But first, we do need to make or acquire a Totem of Undying and then make the normal Mage's spellbook, which, if you look at it, just obsidian, diamonds, quartz, and blaze rods. Super simple. So I don't think I need to go over how to acquire a Totem of Undying at this point, but just go to a mansion in the woodland forest. That's all I gotta say for that. So, the real heart and issue of upgrading our gear will be having to make all of these essences. So, I will just go over the recipes with you guys right here, and then on my own, I will get it all crafted up. So, for the earth essence, if we look over here at the imbuement chamber, just requires dirt, a seed of any sort, iron, and a source gem, a little bit of source, and after a little while, it'll turn into earth essence. Next, the anima. This one, wither skeleton skull, golden apple, bone meal. Same thing, source gem, and then it gives us our essence. And so, all of these will follow a pattern where it will require some items. We give it a gem, and it'll return us an essence. So, I'm just gonna click through them, show you guys what we gotta do. If any of them looks crazy, I'll help you guys out. After all, this Walden Wings, you might be unlucky and not find them in any of your chests. So, all you have to do is use one of these summon tablets. It'll spawn in some of the Waldens. You could take them out, and hopefully you get that resource. As for everything else, it is pretty cutthroat. Like, none of them are that hard. And in the very end, you get 1 of each, and then you combine it with the Walden tribute, which we get from the Chimera, and we'll get 5 marks of mastery. And then once we get the marks of mastery, we will be combining it with our armor, along with 2 essences of any type and a netherite ingot to make it a tier 3. The one that I'm gonna go with, just because it is easy due to the material cost, is the fire essence, just because it's just very basic materials, and then you're throwing it with a source gem. So just remember, on top of the one that you use for the Mark of Mystery, you will need 8 more fire essences to upgrade it into the pyro gear. And then once we have all that done, we'll come back in and make it into all the Modium Arcanus gear. And alright guys, I am back. I have finished crafting up all the different manipulation, water, etc. essences. So, to make this Mark of Mastery, all we have to do is line all of these guys all around here, and then right click the wall and tribute dead center. Oh, you know, it would help if I can remember that we gotta switch it back to the enchanting apparatus. Then we right click it there, and just like that, we will finally get our Mark of Mastery. One thing that I did overlook was the fact that to make more vibranium templates, we will be needing some ancient stone. So sadly, we are not going to be able to make vibranium gear until a future episode. But on the bright side, at least we can say that we can make all the Modium gear, and not to mention, we can also utilize this template to upgrade our sword. I forgot that we can upgrade it that way. Don't ask me why, my brain just works really good sometimes, and then sometimes it's just very questionable. Alright guys, I decided to pay this little mansion a small visit, just because we do need that Totem of Undying, and if we could get it pretty soon. What the hell? Damn. Oh, somebody's here. Hell yeah. And just like that, we got our Totem of Undying, so let's get out of here. And the best way to do that is to use our warp stone that I finally made and go back to base. Our new base, might I say. And so, just like that, we can make the upgraded version of the spellbook. Now it's a mage's spellbook, and then we're not going to just stop there. We can actually upgrade it to the archmage's spellbook. And just like that, we can make some pretty strong spells with that, which I do plan on doing and putting it onto the enchanted sword just for some fun. And just like that, we finally got all the different pieces for our armor. And for the last step of this episode, we are just going to upgrade all of them to all the Modium, as well as our sword. So our damage from our sword is going from 16.5 all the way up to 31.5, not to mention, look at that attack speed going up to 3.67. That is quite a crazy upgrade. Just wait until we can come over here and add vibranium to it. This thing is going to go into a huge upgrade. And just like that, we have managed to make our new all the modern gear, which, if we take a quick look, is already stronger than some of this. So in my off time, I will be messing around with enchants from our library to make this as strong as possible, as well as reforging it at the reforge table. And so, let's toss this on, take a quick look at ourselves. Gotta say, it does look pretty nice if I say so myself. Let's get in front of this so that we can bring this episode to a close. So, this episode, we managed to make all the Modium Arcanus gear, we upgraded our sword, and we started getting into iron spells, just so that we can fill this potion filter up with true invisibility, which will help us in a future episode when we do go to the other. So, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and maybe a comment stating what you liked that we went over or disliked. I am taking feedback to improve our videos. I can only do that with the help of you guys. That was pretty rude of them, but if you guys haven't subscribed, please do so if you haven't already. It does help the channel grow and will help us get our stuff into the algorithm. We might be able to put these videos out there so that others may follow along with us. And so, with that, guys, it might be a little chaotic because I am trying to record some episodes for you guys while I am gone on vacation next week. So, if it is a little iffy, just know that I did rush this, so I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. If you guys have any questions about anything, leave it down in the comments and I will do my best to address it. So, with that, guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.